Hello, my dear student friends. Welcome back to our channel. In this session, we are going to discuss about lag compensators. Okay, lag compensators. So, according to the electrical network, the lag compensators are nothing but this is also an electrical network which produces sinusoidal output, uh, which has phase lag with the when the sinusoidal input is applied to the system. So this is an electrical network which produces sinusoidal output uh, that is having phase lag. Okay, when the input sinusoidal input is applied, this is lag compensation. Okay, so the basically it has uh, these lag compensators having simple zero and pole. Here, a simple pole is near the origin. Okay, so one simple pole. So this is a pole. This is zero. Okay, the simple pole is near the origin in the S plane. Understand? So j omega. This is real, imaginary, right? So this is simple pole. This is zero. Okay, a simple zero. So the lag compensate is having a one simple zero and one simple pole. So in which the pole is nearer to the origin. So this is called dominant pole. Okay, we can call it as dominant pole. Okay, the term lag means that output voltage lags behind the input voltage, input applied sinusoidal voltage. That's why it is different. Okay, so what is lag? Here you see the sinusoidal output voltage lags. Okay, lags lags the input voltage. Okay, and the phase angle of the denominator is greater than phase angle of the numerator. The phase angle of the denominator is greater than phase angle of the numerator. Phase angle of numerator of the transfer function Understand? So greater than the numerator. So the general transfer function of the lag compensator is given. Okay, so the general so similar to the lead compensator, the general structure of the transfer function of the lag compensator is k suffix c s plus 1 by tau divided by s plus 1 by beta times tau. Okay, where beta is greater than 1. So normal range is 3 to 10. Okay, so beta and tau are constants. Okay, beta and tau are constants. So we can have, actually here we consider pole. Okay, here we consider pole equal to minus 1 by pole at minus 1 by beta times tau. Similarly, 0 is 0 at minus 1 by tau. Simple pole and 0. So we can represent here this dominant pole close to the origin. This is minus 1 by beta times tau. This is 1 by minus 1 by tau. 0 and 4, right? So here beta and tau are constants. We can also have Kc equal to 1 by beta. The constant Kc equal to 1 by beta. Okay. So this is the pole zero representation of lag compensator. Pole zero representation of lag compensator. Clear? Let's see what is the nature of response, frequency response. So we can have frequency response using Bode plot. So Bode diagram. Bode diagram for lag compensator. Okay, lag compensator. Very simple. You can have a magnitude plot, then phase angle. This magnitude is in dB. Okay, so this is magnitude of GC of S. This is omega. Okay, so omega. Here you can have this is usually a constant 20 log. Okay. Similar to that, here also we are having the corner frequencies. The corner frequencies. Here one corner frequency. Okay, omega C1. Then with the phase lag of 20 minus 20 dB per decade. Then there is another change. So this is also omega C2. Okay. In between omega m maximum frequency. Okay. So this is corner frequency. This is another corner frequency. Then this is omega m. Understand? So similarly here we have omega C1 and omega C2. This say this is 20 log G of J omega. Okay, this is maximum amplitude. Here this is 0. Okay. Similarly here 0 degree. Understand or not? Minus 45 degree, minus 90 degree. Okay. The phase plot is here. Is like okay. So this is the phase plot. This is maximum. This is the maximum phase phi m corresponds to omega m. Phi m corresponds to omega m. Omega C2. Omega C1. Understand? So this is the Bode plot for lag compensator. Lag compensator. This is the magnitude plot. This is the phase angle plot. Phase angle plot. This is magnitude plot. Understand? So let's see from this Bode plot. It is what are the inferences from the Bode plot? Okay, these Bode plots are plotted with considering Kc equal to 0.1 and the beta value equal to 10. We consider the maximum beta value. So it is infer from that. What are the inference? The magnitude of G of J omega of the lag compensator is very high, is high, high at low frequencies, low frequencies. So see here, during this low frequency region, this magnitude is high. Okay. Second inference is the magnitude of GC. Sorry, this is GC. Similarly, this is GC. GC of J omega is 0, 0 at high frequencies. High frequencies. Understand? So from this discussion, it is concluded that this lag compensator behaves like a low pass filter. So it behaves like low pass filter. Behaves like low pass filter. So we can have, so that we have to choose the beta value from 3 to 10. So the magnitude phase or the variation, suppose similar to the lead compensator, if we vary beta value from 3 to 10, okay, if we vary from beta value from 3 to 10, what happened to the magnitude plot? Okay, so let's have the magnitude plot. This is the magnitude plot. Okay, it can have value ranging from 0.01 up to 10, 0.01, 10, 0.1, 1, 10. Okay, so this is magnitude in dB. Okay, so say 0, minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, and so on. This is plus 10, like that. 0, then minus 30, and minus 90, like that. Sorry, minus 40, and etc. Right. So when we vary beta value from one value to from lower to higher, say let's have this plot. Okay. Okay. So the first value, this is beta 1, say 3, beta 1 is 3. So this value is beta 2. So this value is beta 3, beta 4. Okay. So what happened? Beta 1 is lesser than beta 2, lesser than beta 3, lesser than beta 4. So beta 4 is higher. So as the as we vary the beta value from lower to higher, so the performance is similar to this. Okay, performance is similar to this. Similarly, what happened to the phase plot? Okay, what happened to the phase plot? So 0 degree, 0 degree, uh, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, minus 90 degree. So similar to this 0.01, 0.1, this is the variation of omega. 1, 10. This is omega. Okay. So see what happened to the phase plot when we vary the beta value from one value to another value. Okay. So what happened to the phase plot? So phase plot, so this is beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4. So here also beta 1 less than beta 2 less than beta 3 less than beta 4. So this is the phase response when beta value is varying. Understand? When beta value is varying. Next, let's see how the determination of maximum phase angle. Okay, maximum phase angle phi m, maximum phase angle. How to determine the maximum phase angle? Again now we consider the general transfer function, that is the GC of S equal to 1 plus S tau divided by 1 plus S beta times tau. So what is the frequency transfer function? Frequency transfer function GC of j omega equal to 1 plus j omega tau divided by 1 plus j omega beta times tau. Okay, so let us find the magnitude of g of j omega. M equal to square root of 1 plus omega square tau square divided by 1 plus omega square tau square beta square root of. Okay, whereas the phase angle phi equal to tan inverse of omega tau, for the denominator part tan inverse of omega beta times tau. Okay, so to find a maximum phase, okay, to find phi m, we can differentiate. Actually, we can differentiate phi m. We can differentiate the phi with respect to omega, okay, and equate to 0. So from this we can find omega m. Okay, to find omega m, we can do like this. Okay, this will give the value of omega m. So this is one method. Another method, the lead compensator, we consider the maximum frequency omega m equal to square root of omega c1 into omega c2. Here there are two corner frequencies. One is at 1 by tau, another one is 1 by beta times tau, right? So we can also find it. So there are two methods, right? If you want, I can explain this method also. Okay. So what is the, by differentiating this expression, okay, let us differentiate and equate to 0 to determine omega m. Let us differentiate d phi by d omega m omega equal to 0. So what do you get? If you differentiate this expression, say this expression is 1, this expression is 2, let us consider equation 2. Differentiate equation number 2 with respect to omega. Okay, so what we get? Differential of tan inverse of omega tau. Differential of tan inverse of omega tau. Okay, so differential of tan inverse of omega tau equal to tau divided by 1 plus tau omega square tau square, right? Understand or not? So what do we get? Tau divided by 1 plus omega square tau square minus differential of the second term, tan inverse of this. Okay, so what is that? Beta times tau divided by 1 plus beta times square omega square tau square. This is the differential of this term. This equal to 0. So on taking the common of this tau cancel. So if you bring to that side, 1 by 1 plus omega m square tau square equal to replace equal to 0. Also replace omega by omega m. So we can substitute wherever omega is there, that is omega m. Then beta divided by 1 plus beta square omega m square tau square. Okay. So what happened here? Taking okay, what we can do? Tell me some suggestion. On cross multiplying 1 beta square beta 1 plus a plus b, a minus b. So this can be written as we can do tell me some ideas. This can be written as this is omega m square 1 plus beta square omega m square tau square. So here omega m square beta tau square minus omega m square beta square tau square. Okay, equal to one minus beta. 1 minus beta. Yes, this can be written as like this. So omega is okay. Now we can take omega m square as a common term. So beta tau square minus beta square tau square equal to 1 minus beta. So what can we do here? Omega m square, beta square, tau square. Omega m square equal to let's see, omega m square equal to, we can take tau square also outside. So tau square, this is beta minus beta square equal to 1 minus beta. So omega m square tau square equal to into, we can take beta also common term, beta common term. So 1 minus beta here. The right hand side also 1 minus beta. This 1 minus beta, this 1 minus beta cancel, become 0. So what can we do? Omega m square tau square beta equal to 0. No, here is 1. Sorry, 1, not 0. So 1. So omega m square equal to 1 by tau square beta. So what is here? So omega m equal to 1 by square root of this tau root beta. This is the another method of determining the omega m. Determining the omega m. Understand or not? This is the another method of determining the maximum value, right? So from this, if we substitute, if we substitute omega m equal to 1 by tau root beta in phi, it becomes phi m. So phi equal to tan inverse of omega m tau, phi m, minus tan inverse of omega m beta tau. So phi m equal to tan inverse of 1 by tau root beta into tau minus tan inverse of 1 by tau root beta into beta times tau. Now cancel, whichever is possible, please cancel, my dear friends. This tau cancel. This tau cancel. This can become root beta, 1 beta cancel. Okay, understand or not? So I'm going to apply tan phi m, tan on both sides. Apply tan tangent on both sides. So what is tan phi m? Equal to tan of tan 1 by root beta minus tan inverse of root beta. So again we can use the tangent property of tan of A minus B. Okay, this tan A, this is tan B. So tan of tan A is tan B. So we can simply write that, simplified as tan phi m equal to 1 by root beta minus root beta divided by 1 plus 1 by root beta into root beta. Root beta, right? So in the numerator, what will happen? 1 minus beta divided by root beta divided by this cancel. So 2. So tan phi m equal to 1 minus beta divided by 2 root beta. So similar to the lead compensator, we can find the sign value from the, so tan phi m, maximum phase angle tan phi m 1 minus beta divided by 2 root beta. So similar to the previous discussion, just solve the phi m. This is 1 minus beta, 2 root beta. This obviously become 1 plus beta. So sine of phi m equal to 1 minus beta divided by 1 plus beta. So what is beta from this? Beta we can easily say 1 minus sine phi m divided by 1 plus sine phi m. Understand? 1 plus phi m. So this is the value of beta. Beta for the lag compensator. Okay, lag compensator. So let us represent the lag compensator in electrical network. Okay, so electrical network. So electrical network, lag compensator. As we see in the previous discussion, lag compensator is a low pass filter. It is a low pass filter. Okay, understand? So let us draw so the output circuit is like this. Say this is resistor R1, R2, this is C2. Okay, C2. So RC1, we can have it as C1, no problem, because only one capacitor is there. So we can have it as C1. C1, right? So this is input. So VA of T. This is output. You can have it as a V naught of T. Okay. So there is a current flow in the circuit I of T. I of T. So this is I of T. Okay. So the solution. So apply KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, and Ohm's law. Ohm's law. So we can write the balance equation. What is the balance equation? Input VA of T. Input VA of T equal to R1 plus R2. R1 and R2 are in series. R1 and R2 of I of T plus 1 by C1 integral I of T. So this is the KVL for the loop, this loop. Okay. So this is VL expression. This is equation number 1. Then what is V naught of T? That is output across R2 and C1. So R2 I of T plus 1 by C1 integral I of T. Let us have equation number 2. Now apply Laplace transfer function. Okay, apply Laplace transfer function for both equations. So what happened? So the VI of t, okay, VI of S equal to R1 plus R2 plus 1 by SC1, this equation number into I of S, into I of S, into I of S. Into I of S, equation number 3. Then for if we apply a Laplace transfer function for 2, V naught of S equal to R2 plus 1 by S C1 I of S. If you divide this equation, the 4 divide, this is say equation number 4. Divide 4 by 3. V naught of S to VA of S equal to R2 plus 1 by SC1 divided by R1 plus R2 plus 1 by SC1. Okay. Now I am going to manipulate this relation as this relation, this denominator relation as, okay, the numerator and denominator relation as I'm bringing this S2 here and R2 here, right? So S plus by taking R2 as a common term here. So R2 I'm taking common term 1 by RC, R2 C1, R2 C1. Similarly, I'm going to take R1 plus R2, R1 plus R2 as a common term, okay, and it becomes S plus 1 by R1 plus R2 divided by R2, okay, R2 C1, okay. So I am going to represent this V naught of S to VI of S equal to, I'm going to manipulate this as 1 by R1 plus R2 divided by R2. I'm going to manipulate like this, okay, into S plus 1 by R2C1 whole thing divided by S plus 1 divided by R1 plus R2 by R2, right, into R2C1. So now I am going to compare with the standard format. That is, I am going to compare this equation with the standard equation. That is Kc into S plus 1 by tau divided by S plus 1 by beta times tau. Right? So if we compare with we compare this equation with this. Okay, say I'm comparing this equation on comparing these equations. Okay, what I get? So tau tau equal to R2 C1, beta equal to R1 plus R2 divided by R2. Then Kc equal to R2 by R1 plus R2, as I mentioned earlier, which is equal to 1 by beta. So Kc equal to 1 by beta. Understand? So this is the transfer function of a lag compensator. Lag compensator. Understand? Now, what are the effects of this lag compensator? So let's see the effects of lag compensator. What are the effects of compensator? Okay, first, these compensator attenuates the high frequency noise signal in the control loop. So it attenuates high frequency noise signals in the control loop. What is the next? It increases the steady state error. Okay, increases the steady state error constants. Okay, that is, say, steady state error. It increases the steady state error constants. Understand, my friends? Increases steady state error constants. Then omega GC, okay, gain transfer frequency gets lowered. After using this lag compensator, the omega GC compensated gets lowered. Since omega GC is lowered, bandwidth decreases. Since bandwidth decreases, so what happens? So since bandwidth decreases of the maximum overshoot, the peak overshoot, settling time, rise time, settling time, rise time, all are increases. Okay, all are increases. Okay, this system, the system is more sensitive to the parameter variations. Okay, so since the lag compensator acts as PI controller, it looked like PI controller. It looked like the PI controller. It makes the system less stable. Like makes the less stable. Okay, makes the system less stable. The transient response. So the transient response. Transient response of compensated system compensated system becomes lower. Okay, becomes slower. Becomes slower. So these are all the effects of lag compensator. Okay, effects of lag compensator. So these are all about the uh, um lag compensators. This is electrical network. This is the maximum determination of uh, maximum phase angle. So the maximum frequency also we decided. So what will be the maximum amplitude, the corresponding the mm. Okay, we can have the the maximum m maximum equal to square root of 1 plus omega m square tau square divided by square root of 1 plus omega m square tau square beta square. So if we substitute omega m equal to omega m, we know that omega m equal to 1 by tau square root of beta. So substitute here. So similar to the previous leads compensator, 1 plus 1 by tau square beta into tau square divided by square root of 1 plus tau square beta square divided by tau square beta beta tau square beta square, right? So what happened? This tau square cancel. So this tau square cancel. This beta cancel. So what we get? The numerator 1 plus beta divided by root beta. Whole thing divided by here 1 root 1 plus beta. Here root 1 plus beta. So if you bring it this, so this and this cancel. So maximum m maximum will be equal to 1 by root beta. 1 by root beta. This is all about the lag compensator of the so lag compensator details. Okay, this is about if you know very well about this, we can decide the lag compensator for a suitable system.